Welcome to Boring News from Not Boring, where we bring you the news as Polymarket sees it. I'm your host, Packy McCormick's voice, and my job is to put my mouth where your money is. Today is December 18th. Donald Trump hints at privatizing the United States Postal Service, but Polymarket traders are skeptical, with a 93% chance of no by April 2025. According to a newly opened market, Saudi-Israel normalization remains unlikely before April 2025, with odds at around 69% for no. Honda and Nissan merger talks face skepticism, with Polymarket odds at around 29% for yes announcement by January 2025 and modest trading volume in a recently opened market. Now let's today's stories. President-elect Donald Trump is stirring up discussions about privatizing the United States Postal Service. This topic emerged after Trump suggested that privatization is not the worst idea during a Mar-a-Lago press conference. He pointed to USPS's financial struggles, including a $9.5 billion loss last fiscal year, as a reason for considering this change. On Polymarket, traders are betting on whether Trump will privatize USPS within his first 100 days in office, ending on April 29, 2025. The odds currently stand at around 93% for no and just 7% for yes, showing trader skepticism despite Trump's comments. The market launched on December 17, 2024. The USPS, constitutionally mandated since 1775, faces over $100 billion in losses since 2007. Past attempts to privatize under Trump's first term faced bipartisan resistance, particularly concerned about maintaining universal service. Privatization could end this service, impacting rural areas and the 650,000 postal employees. The American Postal Workers Union warns against it, fearing rural service cuts and job losses. Reactions from news outlets and ex-post vary. The Washington Post highlighted the constitutional and service challenges. And on X, some critics voice fears about mail-in voting and service costs, while supporters are arguing for the efficiency gains. However, the House Oversight Committee chair notes the difficulty in privatizing a service that delivers to every U.S. home 6 days a week. Let's move on to the next story. Saudi Arabia and Israel have never shared formal diplomatic ties, largely due to Saudi Arabia's insistence on an independent Palestinian state with East Jerusalem as its capital. Recent developments have reinforced this position. Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, in a televised speech, reiterated that normalization with Israel hinges on the Palestinian issue. This announcement challenges rumors of a potential breakthrough in talks. On Polymarket, traders show skepticism about normalization before April 2025. Odds stand at around 31% for yes. The market displays modest activity as the market was opened quite recently, with trading volume of just 330, meaning it's still very early. Historically, both nations have engaged in indirect actions, such as Saudi Arabia allowing Israeli overflights and maintaining the Israeli-Egyptian peace treaty. However, direct talks stalled after the Israel-Hamas war in October 2023. Meanwhile, Saudi Arabia has made subtle moves, like hosting Israeli ministers and revising educational content. Despite these signals, the political landscape remains challenging. The incoming Trump administration plans to pursue a defense treaty with Saudi Arabia, aligning with broader normalization goals. Yet, given Saudi Arabia's firm stance on Palestinian statehood and ongoing regional tensions, significant obstacles remain. Discussions on X and traditional outlets are highlighting a cautious outlook. Analysts argue normalization is not binary, but a gradual process within strategic contexts. The market's skepticism reflects these complexities, with little chance of a quick resolution without major diplomatic shifts. Let's move on to our last story. Honda and Nissan are in preliminary talks about a possible merger, aiming to form one of the largest automotive groups globally. The discussions involve creating a single holding company, potentially including Mitsubishi Motors, where Nissan holds a significant stake. Despite the news, the odds on Polymarket show around 29% chance of an announcement before January 31, 2025, indicating skepticism about the timeline. This story emerged after reports suggested the two automakers are exploring ways to better compete against Tesla and Chinese EV makers. Both Honda and Nissan have confirmed they're considering collaboration, but nothing is finalized. They're expected to sign a memorandum of understanding soon. Nissan's shares have jumped to 22% following these reports, while Honda's shares dipped slightly. The company's previously announced a strategic partnership focus on electric vehicles in March 2024. This potential merger marks a shift in Japanese corporate culture, where mergers typically face resistance. On Polymarket, the trading volume is modest, with a liquidity of just over 760, suggesting cautious trading. Media outlets like Nikkei and Reuters are highlighting strategic benefits, while some users on X are debating the merger's effectiveness. Concerns about cultural integration and Nissan's ties with Renault are also being discussed. The implications are significant, with potential synergies in EV development and shared technology platforms. However, market odds reflect uncertainty, given the complexity of such a merger. Each of the stories we covered today is ongoing and may change dramatically. For updates and detailed odds, head to polymarket.com. That's all the news that's fit to predict. This is me, Packy McCormick's voice, signing off. May the odds be ever in your favor.